Hey everybody, it's Lacey, Swartz here, and I'm shooting this video today to give you all an update on our family's move towards living and serving overseas in the UK. As you may or may not know, that's a big part of what's going on for our family right now, and we're in the thick of that process. And it's been a long time coming. It was about 17 years ago that we first felt the call to go and live and serve overseas. And about a year ago, this time a year ago, we got appointed to go with Greater Europe Mission to be serving with a network of church planners in the Midlands region of the UK, outside of Birmingham. We're really excited to get over there, and there's just a lot of really great work to plug into and do. And the reason why I'm shooting this video particularly is because we got started with all of the, ministry partner development, they like to call it, right? Developing our support base of prayer supporters, financial supporters, people who might want to come on short-term trips, all kinds of stuff down the road. And we got started with it about November, I guess it was. But it was the holidays and people were like, yeah, we'd love to learn more, but call us in January or whatnot. So we started meeting with people more actively in January, but so far it's just been one-on-one. And as much as we have been cherishing that time of fellowship with everybody one-on-one, there's still so many of you that we haven't even gotten a chance to sit down with or talk with or meet with and share this story with. And quite honestly, there's a sense of urgency though, both because there's work needed to be done over there and because, as you may know, Fred left teaching at the end of last school year to devote time to this process of getting our family ready to move. And so we've been living off of savings this year, and we know like God has been providing in such amazing, miraculous, wonderful ways. But we just found out last week, on February 21st, that we need to be at 50% funded in order to go to the next steps of training. And the next training module that happens is April 13th, and we really need to know actually in the next couple of weeks whether it's possible for us to get there or not. But I'm going to be quite honest with you, I wrote actually a blog post a few weeks at the end of January, I guess it was, called Goliath-sized goals, and I wasn't even really thinking, I didn't have all the concrete numbers yet, I just knew it was big. But we are currently at 2% and we need to get to 50% within the next week or so. So we thought, this is never going to happen if we are just meeting one-on-one with people. So why on earth are we not leveraging the technology and all the things that I've, God has given me experience with Facebook and social media and video and all of this kind of thing through business. And I think we just put it off because we really were hoping to meet with people one-on-one and face-to-face. But there are a lot of you that are far away and we wouldn't be able to do that anyway. So, yeah, we decided to just give it a try and see what happens. And, we're holding on to hope to maybe still get there by August, but it would really, truly be a Goliath-sized miracle. And, God does those kinds of things. So who knows? We just felt led to put this together and throw it out there and see what happens and trust that God will direct through you, his body, to give us a better idea of what our timeline is going to be, whether we're actually going to be able to make it to the training in April or whether we have to wait until July or September, the next modules that come up. So the scoop is that we need to raise $55,000 of launch fund to pay for all the training costs, both pre-field and when we arrive on the ground in the UK, and also, of course, the relocation fees or relocation costs and such. So like I said, we're currently at 2% and we need to get to 50% by like next week. But we thought, if we just put it out there and ask you guys to pray about it, even if it's just a one-time gift, whatever, you might be able to generously, sacrificially give would be so amazing and wonderful. And if it doesn't come together, we're trusting that God will use that to show us that it's not our time to go yet in April, and that's okay too. No pressure at all, but we just wanted to ask you guys to pray about it. We're also putting this up in a Facebook group that we have a vision to create, like a prayer community for prayer supporters, those of you who might just want, be supporting us through prayer, because of course the money will do no good unless there's prayer backing it up, but at the same time prayer doesn't buy plane tickets and all of that. So under this video in this Facebook thread here, we're going to put a few different resources. We're going to put our story. If some of you maybe are watching this and you don't know our story, about how, we first felt this call, how, the sort of desert wandering and refining time that we've been on for the last 17 years, how God has recently in the last couple of years been opening the door again, exactly who we're going to be working with and what we're going to be doing. All of that I have actually mapped out on a post on my business page, my website blog. And so we'll post that in here for those of you who maybe haven't heard that story and would like to read that and see what we're going to be doing. We'll also be posting the link to our newsletter, so that if you want to be a prayer supporter, but you don't want necessarily the up-to-the-minute kind of updates, you just want like a once-a-month sort of summary to be praying for, then you can sign up for that monthly newsletter. If you would like to get the more, hey, there's this thing going on tonight, or there's this thing happening now, or whatever, then you can stay here in this Facebook group that we're creating. And if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, you can message me and I can get you the link to that Facebook group page if you want to be in there. We'll also put the link to the giving page, so that if you are, if you pray about this and you feel led to give that generous sacrificial gift towards our launch fund, and if you feel like you're able to let us know by March 8th, I guess it is, or ASAP really, so that we can see come March 8th whether, is the money there or is it not, for us to be able to go in April, then that link will be there. If you're interested in partnering with us monthly, so our vision for this, the launch fund really needs to just come all through generous donations and people, supporting us in this crazy, amazing God journey, and seeing how the body brings that together. But for the monthly, we have a vision to go kind of 50-50. We want, both are biblical, to work in a trade and provide your own support, even though we know that, customers, clients, whatever business, it's all from God. It's all his provision anyway. But I have an online business that I can take with me anywhere. And I've been really, working on developing that over the last year. So that part, we have this vision to do 50% of it through business and then 50% of it through the more traditional support raising, because we really love and value, like Paul talks about, people being equal partners in his ministry because they gave financially. And it is more than just, support us financially. It's a chance for you to invest in the work that God's doing in the Black country in the UK. And we're going to also put a video from Andy Hodson, who's the pastor that we're going to be working with over there, so you can get an idea of what God's up to. And so, yeah, if you're interested in partnering with us monthly, we also have that 50% goal in the monthly. Comes out to about $3,700 a month. Whether you can just give $5 a month or $100 a month or whatever you can give, all of it. Like I said, if you guys, our biggest request for this video is that if you would just pray about it, please, and ask the Lord what he wants you to do. Our biggest hope and goal with our lives is for us to always be connecting people to the Lord, and in whatever way, shape, or form that is. And so if this is an opportunity to encourage you to pray about it and connect with him and see how he might want you to partner with us through prayer, finances, or other ways, there's some other like tangible ways that we could have. We need help organizing all our stuff to sell. If you know somebody who's really good at organizing and pricing things and creating yard sales or putting things up on Craigslist, like, we could really use some help with that. Trying to think what else. If there are other things, I'll put them in the comment thread here. So anyway, if you could please pray about it, and whatever he leads you, there's no pressure from us. We know he's going to work it out. He's going to bring it all together through his body. The Acts 2 talks about how everybody shared everything in common and it all worked out, that everybody had what they needed when they needed it. And so we just know that he's going to work it out somehow. And we just invite you and ask you to please pray about it. And if there's any way that you can, don't delay, but take an action step one way or the other, either to let us know that the answer is no, I'm not going to be a partner with you, or yes, I want to be a prayer partner, yes, I want to be a financial partner one time or monthly or whatever. If you could let us know by March 8th, that would be incredible, because that would really help clarify some of the next steps for us in the training and the timelines, and for us getting over there to the UK. So thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this video and for prayerfully considering possibly partnering with us, and for getting back to us as soon as possible and letting us know what your decision is. So thank you again, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.